Greetings and welcome to your Oracle message for the day. I am Kat Morgan and I welcome you to this video, this channel, and to this space. This is a timeless reading for the collective, so whenever and however you come across this video, it's the right time for you to be getting this message. And we've been pulling one card randomly every morning from our mega deck, and you can look down in the description below to find out what all went in the mega deck and how that was built. But today's card is from the Diaz Anderson Earthcraft Oracle deck, Juliet Diaz and Lorianne Anderson. And today's card is card number 27, Seer. And before we go in the book and see what the book says for us for the reading for the day, I haven't looked at that yet. You and I will look at that for the first time in just a few minutes, but we always want to get the energy reading coming directly to us from the image, from the card itself, before we look in the book. So let's find out what the card, this image, has to tell us first. The first thing, obviously, you've recognized, I've recognized, this person cannot see with their physical two eyeballs in their head. Okay, they are blind. This is not a person who is seeing things in the physical world. And I've talked before on this channel about if you want to get in touch with your intuition, you have to close your eyes. At least to begin with, until you become attuned to hearing and understanding the voice of your intuition. Each person is going to hear it or sense it, understand it, comprehend it differently. No one is going to have the same, what's the word I'm looking for? It's the same reality with when it comes to their intuition. So I'm not going to tell you what to watch for. I'm just going to tell you have to close your eyes at least to begin with until you become accustomed to hearing or communicating with your intuition and getting those informational downloads that you need on a moment-by-moment basis. We always want to be choosing the decisions that we make based from a place of self-love, self-compassion, self-acceptance, self-forgiveness. And in that space, when you close your eyes, your intuition has no filters, it has no blocks. And you'll have a direct communication, a direct connection with the divine realms, your higher self, your spirit team, your angel guides, your whatever ancestors, whoever, whatever you are trying to get information from or feedback from. And it could be just you too. You have your own wisdom, your own knowledge, and stop belittling yourself for everything that you've gone through. These have all been very valuable experiences that have helped you to become who you are today. And we are all called to be seers. There is no one who is not called, not entitled to the ability to be able to see the energy around you, to see what somebody is saying, if it is true for you or not, to see the future, to see distant places and distant times, to see prior selves, former selves of you, of other people. There's a whole bunch of different directions that the term seer can encompass, and that's not the total list by any means. So feel free to add comments if you like on what your interpretation of the word seer is and how that relates to you personally, whether you feel yourself as a seer, whether it's something you've been wanting, you've been trying to get that intuition going. We have the number 27, which of course reduces down to a 9, which is the perfected Tesla number 369. It is the most perfect of those perfected numbers. This person, I mean, obviously a female person, but just the feminine aspect of a male identity as well, because it's the feminine aspect that is more inward facing rather than outward facing, external, more inward. as a general rule, if a man is a very nurturing person, he's very in touch with his feminine side. Masculine power and energy is more about actions, getting things done, moving things around, the material realms. The feminine side is more internal, introspective, and again, not saying that men cannot be introspective. It's just they're tapping into that feminine aspect of themselves. So we have this person. I feel like this is like peppermint off to the right here. Looks like peppermint or spearmint leaves, and maybe basil off to the left. Just noticed that, and I can't think of they're not, maybe pussy willows? I'm not sure. The plant's coming up behind her. That's not important. It's just something I noticed. She's got a very strong earth base and heart base. I'm getting very strong energy with the red hair behind her, and that red, I feel like it's kind of she's found her base. She's found her foundation. She's found her foundation, yes. I'm also getting a very strong, as I said, heart chakra energy as well, with all of the greens in here. Water energy with the blue background behind her, and violet coming through as well. And let's talk about these chakras that are activated, that are being amplified here. First of all, the biggest one is not the third eye. Did you notice that? It is not the third eye. It's the soul star chakra above her crown chakra. That's the biggest chakra opening right now for this energy, for this activity that this person is doing. So getting all of that energy, that information from the soul star chakra, opening up into the crown chakra at the top of her head, that yellow disc. And then in that spiral, there's a line coming straight down through the middle of her forehead, nose, mouth, chin, neck, into the throat chakra. That is the next one after the crown. So it's literally like she's getting this information and just channeling it forward. With the intuition, the third eye chakra also being activated, and a small sub chakra just above it, between the crown and the third eye. So all of these chakras very, very much activated, very, very much. So you've got literally from the ground up, you've got this base chakra with the red hair background. You've got the green heart chakra with all of the green color, as well as the green stones that are being used to activate the throat chakra. I think the third eye chakra is more of a blue-green, which obviously makes sense because that's the color of that particular chakra, is the indigo there. And just a lot of information, a lot of energy coming from this image. This is the deck that features a lot of spirals in it. She has the spiral showing on her right shoulder, and I'm pretty sure that this is someone who is sky clad. They have taken off everything that is part of their identity. They have removed everything that they can, except for their skin and their physical vessel that this is being channeled through. But they have released everything that they have identified with in the past to be able to make this direct connection that has no filter. No filter. So it's a very powerful activity. It's a very powerful action to take. And you need to be taking care. You need to be taking care that you are protecting your energy, that you are intending. What are you intending? What is the purpose behind this activity? What are you trying to see? What are you wanting to get in touch with on a very, very visceral level? What is it that you are trying to accomplish with this action, this activity? Okay. Let's take a look in the book and find out what the reading says for us today. For card number 27, this is Seer. A seer is someone who looks past the surface and beyond the physical world to reveal hidden truths. They rely on intuition, aware of seeing that goes beyond what the physical eyes perceive. You can't explain it immediately, but there is this restlessness in your soul letting you know something is not right. Do not dismiss this feeling. You must look closer to see the truth. The Seer card has come to you with a warning that someone or something in your life is not all that it seems. There is a deeper truth, for better or worse, that requires you to consider other avenues of knowing. Divination techniques, from tarot cards to runes to pendulums, as well as spells, rituals, and meditation, are all tools for self-investigation that act as a conduit as you ask for help from your guides and Mother Earth. Also consider how you may be wearing a mask or adopting false beliefs about yourself. Perhaps the Seer's message is about you. Remain compassionate and be mindful of judging yourself or others until more is revealed. And we have a mind's eye opening invocation that I invite and encourage you to participate in. You can do it before you go to bed, or you can do it first thing in the morning. You can do it right now while I'm reading this. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Release. Kneel down or get in a meditation prayer pose and recite this invocation 3 times to open your mind's eye and reveal the truth. Let my eye open wide and the lids upon my face shut tight. There, in the universe that exists within, I live the truths I've been searching for. Let the eye open and the lids upon my face shut tight. There, in the universe that exists within, live the truths I've been searching for. Let the eye open wide and the lids upon my face shut tight. There, in the universe that exists within, I live the truths I've been searching for. What a beautiful, powerful message. Yes, this may be a reading about you. We've talked before about getting too caught up in the busyness of our busyness, our business, our grind into oblivion, to pay the bills, to make something of ourselves, to build a legacy. And sometimes we put on masks, we pretend everything is okay. We pretend that everything is going the way that we want it to go. And that's, if you're lying to yourself about a situation, about a health condition, about a financial situation, about whatever, if you've been, doing the ostrich thing, putting your head in the sand, putting on the mask, putting up the walls, it's time to release all of that. You have permission to do that from the universe, from yourself. You always have. And you can choose to do this at any time. You don't have to worry about, well, this is the way I've always been, so I can't be any other way. That's not true. If you want to, you can be anyone you want to be. You can do anything you want to do. Honestly. If you're thinking, you're 95 years old and you haven't exercised in the last 30 years and you're thinking about running a marathon, you may have to reconsider whether that is a dream that is true for you at this time, or whether it's something that you've either been carrying from a past self or something that somebody put upon you long ago that you adopted as being true that is not. So consider carefully what activities you've been doing. If you've been putting up walls, putting up masks, pretending things are fine, things are okay, things are as they should be if they're not. You can change any situation, starting with how you feel about it and what you're thinking about it, because emotion and mind create that electromagnetic field around us that is interacting with the quantum field, just slightly outside of your reach of your hands. Literally, just outside of that sphere of your etheric energy body. You are always walking the event horizon of your future in the present moment now. And in order to be able to see clearly your own path, you need to get out of your own way. You need to close your eyes. You need to remove all things that you identify as being you, not necessarily things that you know are true for you, but you think of yourself as a mother or a father, as a parent or a child, as a employee or a boss, as a builder or a healer. There's a bunch of different things that you have identified yourself as being, as part of your being. And in the space where you can see clearly all things, you have to remove that being. You have to remove yourself. You have to get out of your own way. You have to remove that ego identity. And don't think of ego as something bad. I don't want to be an egomaniac. I don't want to be egotistical. We have put a lot of negative stuff into the idea of the ego. The ego is just who we identify as. And it starts with our base chakra. Do I identify as predominantly male or predominantly female? It doesn't matter what the physical body is. What are you identifying as? There have been times where I've identified very strong masculine tendencies. I was a fighter. I was constantly looking for the next battle to champion. So very strong masculine tendencies. Did that mean that I thought I was a man? No. Did I, nothing like that crossed my mind. In fact, to be brutally honest, I wasn't in a space where I was understanding any of that to begin with. So none of that was under my conscious control. It was all had been internalized for decades. And we all have this exact same thing. We all are doing the exact same thing. No one is exempt from being human. If you are human, you are human. I can't say anything else about that. But what I can tell you is that you have the option to change it at any time. You can do that simply by deciding to do that. If you want to see your path clearly, all you have to do is close your eyes. Those that are blind are almost always naturally seers and work that magic on behalf of themselves and others. And you have that option. You have that ability. Everybody does. No one is exempt from that. That is our reading for the day. I don't think there's anything that I can add to that brings any benefit. So I'm going to let that go. I love you. Have the most amazing day. You have the ability to see your own path, to see your own truths, to see where you want to go and where you are right now. And just like any other GPS thing, it's impossible to be able to direct your own path if you don't understand where you are starting from right at this moment. So be getting very clear on seeing where you are right now and see your own path forward from that place. I love you. Have an amazing day. Namaste and ciao for now.